What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Dermy Wormy, and I'm coming at you with a special video. And up front and center, I don't know who the hell Neo is. I'm going to be blatantly honest. I don't know who this guy is. I was told he's a singer. He's a musician. He's an artist. I don't know. But he said something based, and there's some controversy going around about it. The way I see it is quite simply that the dude honestly is having a fight with his publicist. That's how I see it right now. I don't see it any other way. And the way I also see his comments, it is pretty awesome what he's saying, and that he's standing by his own comments and his own opinion. So how did this start? Well, Neo, this is the dude who Neo is, and we'll theater mode this. He goes on some podcast. Again, I don't know who half these people are. DJ Vlad. I don't know who this person is, but this is just a 5-minute segment from said podcast. And about 3 minutes in is when the really spicy stuff starts getting said. Honestly, throughout this whole 5 minutes, I was just sitting here agreeing 100% basically with Neo on the idea of being weaker, guys being weaker, wanting more, and not just guys but girls, wanting more attention seeking and stuff. He has a comment on individuals, do that whole white balance and having mental breakdowns, but they're smart enough to do the white balance first, and that kind of stuff. Those awesome moments. And he comes to this moment. I'm gonna make sure my audio is all set up right, and he says something honestly profound.
Like I feel like parents have almost forgotten what the role of a parent is.
Amen.
It's like, okay,
Lost control.
if your little boy comes to you and says, "Daddy, I want to be a girl," and you just let him rock with that,
Right.
He's 5.
Right.
You can kind of start seeing where the problems arrive, and I'll finish playing this all the way out. But what I'm trying to point out is you can easily see why he got in trouble. Very easily see why he got in trouble.
Right. And where did he get that
If
from?
you let this 5-year-old boy decide to eat candy all day, he's gonna do that.
Exactly.
Like when did it become a good idea to let a 5-year-old, let a 6-year-old, let a 12-year-old make a life-changing decision for themselves?
Right.
When did that happen?
Right.
Like I don't understand that. I don't get that.
And to medicate these young kids that are 5, 6, growing up and knowing that it affects their brain, it affects their organs, it makes them sick, but they're not allowed to do drugs, they're not allowed to do alcohol.
Right.
We can medicate
He
them up.
can't drive a car yet, but he can decide his sex.
Right, right. What sexual orientation, and he can cut off his pee and that, to me, that makes no sense whatsoever.
I don't know if this is true, but I heard a rumor that they either passed or are trying to pass a law in LA that states if your child comes to you and asks to do some of these things and you say no, they can take your kid from you.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna end it there but you basically get why he got in trouble. He got in trouble because he said the no words. He said the things you're not allowed to say on a podcast where he was being interviewed and was just having a free-form conversation. Questions were coming up. I like these interviews. And honestly, I don't disagree with anything here. Now, I don't disagree. My thoughts on like the trans ideologies and stuff is very self-centered. Is very easy to comprehend. Once you turn 18, I don't give a god dang. I just go through some proper like treatments. That's all, and preferably no bottom surgery. But because of all this, there was outrage, obvious outrage. You can pretty much see why. And this came out on Neo's Twitter. After much reflection, I'd like to express my deepest apologies to anyone that I may have hurt with my comments and parenting and gender identity. I've always been an advocate for love and inclusivity in the LGBTQI+ community. So I understand how my comments could have been interpreted as insensitive and offensive. Gender identity is nuanced, and I can honestly admit that I plan to better educate myself on the topics so I can approach future conversations with more empathy. At the end of the day, I lead with love and support everyone's freedom of expression and pursuit of happiness. So this comes up. It's a very corporatized, cookie cutter, whatever, coming out saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. The thing is, though, I want to point on that corporatized. Like, we've seen these styles before. We've seen this format of putting out the apology before. You got your background image. It's white text on a background. Usually it's a black background, but you get it. Like, this is a publicist move. Now, I'm starting to think that Neo doesn't have full control over his Twitter because it's still up. But, it got community notes right here. In a more recent video posted to Instagram, Neo asserts that this apology was written and posted by his publicist, and he does not apologize for holding these views. And quite literally, here it is. Now, I know this is on Twitter. This is from Ashley St. Clair. She posted it to Twitter, but I'm just going to let you guys hear what he has to say, because based.
Once, this is Neo. All right, listen. I normally don't give too much of a damn about what y'all think about what I do, what y'all have to say about what I say, whatever. I normally don't care because, like I said, opinions ain't special. Everybody got one. However, this is something I feel very strongly on, and I need y'all to hear this from the horse's mouth, not the publicist's computer. So check this out.
There's a big moment. Pointing out that the publicist kind of made that last thing, not him. I still don't think he has complete control over his Twitter. Kind of need to get that back. Your publicists have all this control. Not really a good thing, but moving on.
First and foremost, I do not apologize for having an opinion on this matter. I am a 43-year-old heterosexual man raising 5 boys and 2 girls, okay? That's my reality. Now, if my opinion offended somebody, yeah, sure, I apologize for you being offended because that wasn't my intention. My intention is never to offend anybody. However, I'm entitled to feel how I feel. I'm absolutely entitled to feel how I feel the same way you are entitled to feel how you feel. I ain't asked nobody to follow me. I ain't asked nobody to agree with me. I was asked a question and I answered the damn question. Okay.
Yeah, that's all you've needed to say. This whole time, this is all anybody has needed to say in regards to these cancel culture mobs and all these people freaking out. It's like, I have an opinion. You have an opinion. Okay. We can move on. Sometimes the facts don't care about your feelings, and the facts line up with somebody else's opinion more often than not. But this still points out, like, hey, you're allowed to have your opinions. You're allowed to express your opinions in any way. And if you get offended by them, sorry, but that's not going to stop somebody from having an opinion. That's not going to be stopping people from saying what they think. And this is what we've been needing this whole time, not putting out these corporatized publicist messages saying, I'm so sorry, just coming out and saying shit like this.
Okay, I have no beef with the LGBTQIA plus community whatsoever. I ain't got no beef with y'all. Do whatever the hell it is you want to do. Do what you want to do with your kids. However, somebody asked my opinion on this matter, and this is how I feel. I will never be okay with allowing a child to make a decision that detrimental to their life. I will never be okay with that. I don't care. I definitely plan to educate myself a little bit more on this matter. However, I doubt that there's any book anywhere or any opinion that somebody's going to tell me that's going to make me okay with letting a child make a decision like that. That's just period, point blank, and that's how I feel. If I get canceled for this, then you know what? Maybe this is a world where they don't need a Neo no more, all right?
One, he said detrimental in the interview, and he says it again right here. He truly believes this. He's standing by his opinion. He's standing by his beliefs. He's standing by what he wants to say. Now, yes, the image is still up. The apology's still up, but I don't think he really cares because he put this out. He thinks this is superseding it. And quite honestly, this post here, this Instagram video is superseding that pathetic, corporatized publicist nonsense. And this is all you've ever needed to do with these woke, crazy mob, freakazoid weirdos. All you've ever needed to do is say, my opinion, I get to have an opinion. If it differs from you and you're offended by it, sorry, but this is my opinion. But too often we have people crying and screaming and shouting that, oh my God, that person doesn't agree with my lifestyle. That person doesn't think kids should do this. That person doesn't think this. Oh my God, that person doesn't support the war over here. Well, that means you're a bad person. No, it just means, hey, we have an opinion that differs. And you're allowed to have an opinion that differs. You're allowed to think differently. Even here in our space, I don't think the same way as every single person. I'm having a little Twitter discussion with Shags right now. Do we think the same thing on everything? Absolutely not. We view the world very differently, but I'm not coming out here trying to cancel him. So why are people doing this? Oh, well, because they're broken. Because they have nothing else. They don't understand. They can't understand a world where everybody doesn't believe the exact same things that they believe. You have to believe with them 110% of the time. And if you disagree with them on 0.00001%, you are an awful human being. Case in point, J.K. Rowling. I'm going to leave it there, guys, though. I love what Neo's doing here. I want to keep that up. I want to keep that energy up. I want more people to come out and keep pushing back against this cancel culture nonsense. And I think we'll have a better life. But if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share it out, friends. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video go live, guys. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.